And now, Fox 13 meteorologist Valerie Mills with your Sky Tower radar forecast.
Tracking some heavy rain coverage to our south. You see that drifting onshore right to the north of Cape Coral, drifting into areas around Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda. You can see as we have winds out of the southwest, some areas of rain and storm coverage drifting off of the coast and generally going to continue to move inland, tracking to the north and east. So we have been dealing with some of this here closer to our coastal communities. Right now over Northport, a good downpour for you. You just under it as this is going to start to lift more north out of the area. That means Seidel, you might be in line for some of this rain drifting into your area. We have been watching a couple of pockets of really light rain just outside the Sarasota area. Generally, some of these fizzling out, though, as they track over land. The water is typically more unstable, especially in the morning, and so in some cases, not expecting these to last so much longer as they continue to move across the land. But overall, not too much lightning in the mix. That's some good news there, but you see that locally heavy rain that just drifted out of the Gillette area. Palm View, some rain right around your area, just outside Fort Hammer and Rye. Some lighter showers as well. Pinellas Park and Largo. A couple of sprinkles there on the radar. You can see we briefly had a pocket of heavier rain that came on shore just to the south of Kenneth City. But you see, as we play out the radar loop, it overall fizzles out as it continues to track across parts of Pinellas Park. Otherwise, we zoom out, and unless we're really focused in on those areas, things are pretty quiet for most of our Tampa Bay area. And really, as we have kicked off the month of July, we have been benefiting from some rain around the area. We're running with a surplus now at the Tampa International Airport, as we've already seen 3.5 inches of rain so far this month. We are above the average for this point in the month of July, and for the year we are almost to a T exactly on average. So we just barely have a rain deficit. We'll call it average rain so far for the year. Looking out around the rest of the area, Sarasota and St. Pete now have about a 1 to 2 inch surplus compared to normal rainfall for the year. We've seen 21 to 22 inches there. And Brooksville, one of the spots where we're running about 15 inches so far for this year. That is where our rain deficit is the biggest right now, around 8 inches behind schedule as far as our normal rainfall at this point in the year. But look at what we've seen over the last 7 days, especially right along the immediate coast. Some spots have been able to pick up on 7 and 8 inches of rainfall. Most of the area, though, 3 to 6 inches has been what we've seen over the last couple of days, and a lot of that falling at the end of the week. It did line up right on into the 4th of July weekend, but we are going to thin out the storm chances moving forward from here. Our drought monitor has already been improving the last couple of weeks, and as we get the update later this week, we are likely to continue to see us chipping away at the drought across central and south Florida spots. Checking on temperatures right now, we have upper 80s across our north Florida spots, already warming through the mid 80s for parts of the Keys, and a couple of 80s in the mix here around the area. Still mid-70s for Newport Richey as well as Brooksville, 77 around Lakeland, Hays City, parts of Polk County. And over the next couple of hours, these dew points are going to start to make it feel a couple of degrees warmer, as feels like temperatures going to be around 95 to 98 for most of the area this afternoon. Southwest winds are going to allow for more rounds of rain and some storms to fire up near the coast this morning. These are going to be moving a little bit faster. We had some really slow-moving thunderstorms the last few days, so you see that coverage focused across our southern spots into the afternoon. These are going to get lifted off to the northeast, so better coverage focusing across the east coast in the late afternoon and into the evening hours. Coverage around 50% today, so we start to watch for those rounds of rain and storms to generally move away from the coast for the second half of the day. So we will focus some of our inland areas for a couple of rounds of storms lingering closer to the sunset time frame. Otherwise, it's another round of 80s for most of the area. Below average temperatures not going to stay with us for too much longer, so enjoy them while we can. 89 in Zephyr Hills today, 86 for Homosassa and the Crystal River area. Right around 89 this afternoon in Tampa, Waimama, 88 for you. Mid 80s around Tierra Verde and the St. Pete Beach area. We'll reach for a high of 86 this afternoon around Sarasota, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, just shy of 90 degrees for Northport and the Mayaca City area. Looking inland, 88 today for Lakeland, Bartow, Fort Meade to Wauchula, about 89 for your high. Lows are going to be close to seasonal, around 76 tonight in Tampa, low 70s for the Nature Coast, and further inland, 30 to 40% storm coverage looking ahead to the start of our work week.